This time last week, I wasn't here because I was not feeling great. I was under the weather. And what I had planned for last week, very fortuitously, falls in lines more like a follow-up to what we just had with Andrew on the morning crossfire. Now, the Oyigbo local government area is one of 23 LGAs in Rivers State, and its headquarters is Afam. Now, what a lot of people know about Afam is that it is where one of the power generating plants is sited, right? Okay, all right. Now, it has 10 political wards, right? That particular local government was created from the former Kana Oyigbo local government in 1991. Now, apart from that little history I just ran through for you concerning Oyigbo, this morning, ladies and gentlemen, this first hour is dedicated to the people who are from or who are living in Oyigbo. Because on several occasions, right, particularly in the past 18 months, it seems as though whenever we have conversations and when there's discussion, concerning things happening around River State, Oyigbo seems to be one of those places that, seems to get not too much attention, whether it's from the government or even, sadly to say, to admit now, the media. So this morning, we are focused. Why are we focused? Because recently we had our reporters go around parts of Oyigbo, telling us, how some of those roads that obviously link to a chain, have been bad. People are complaining. But even the people who are resident in Oyigbo have a very peculiar problem. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to open the phone lines this morning and ask them to tell you. Because in Oyigbo, for a lot of you that don't know, in Oyigbo, you can actually go and rent houses. The problem is the quality of life that the residents in Oyigbo are experiencing doesn't commiserate with the status of being a local government in River State. People complain. For example, the Arabia community in Oyigbo for a long while have been shouting on rooftops, please, government, come fix our roads. Some years it's like they start, other years it's like nothing's happening, and other parts of Oyigbo it's come so bad that landlords, in fact I spoke to one over the weekend, he has a property that houses about 6 or 8 apartments, two bedrooms, 1 bedroom, two bedrooms, right? There are only 2 tenants on his property right now. Only 2. Why? Bad roads, no power. Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to have a conversation. As always, turn down the volume of your radio set, all right? And please, keep your conversation civil. If you didn't see or hear anything, do not make mention of it. The focus this morning is on Oyigbo. Ahoda, Abua Odua, Emowa, Ikwere, Fauga, take a back seat this morning and let the people who have done business or who are doing business in Oyigbo, let them tell you what they are going through.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk. On 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 017-923-0007. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. WhatsApp is 08090306416. 08090306416. All right, so just drop your comments on WhatsApp if you listen to us. If you reside in Oyigbo, if you used to stay in Oyigbo, all right, what are the challenges that you experienced that made you leave Oyigbo? What are the challenges that you are facing right now as you are still in Oyigbo local government area of River State? Patrick is on the line from Eche. Patrick, good morning to you.
Yeah, Jude, good morning.
Good morning.
I heard you mention Oyigbo and other local government. It's not mentioned Eche local government.
No, we are focusing, Patrick. We are focusing on
okay.
Oyigbo in particular.
Okay, let me contribute on Oyigbo local government. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, well, listen to you, please.
Yes, because of the bad state of Oyigbo, because I've been to Oyigbo several times, their road is very, very bad. And they have been crying for government to pay attention to that place. You know, if there's a good road in that place, it will attract investors and people to come to live in that place. If we go to Oyigbo, their building is not organized, and they will see how that place is because no good arrangement. You will see everywhere dustbin everywhere.
Wow.
I am telling you, that is what I witnessed in that place. If that government will come, Commissioner for Environment will come to that place and put an instruction on how that place should be. I hope people will be attracted to live in that place. That place is not well organized, and I want government to help them and put that place in order so that it will attract people to live in that place. Their road is very, very bad. Whenever they fall like this, you will see a flood in their compound. I witness it. So they need to feed their compound also. The problem is the location, the geographical location of that place is the cause of the problem. They didn't know on time that that place will develop. So I urge them, the people that have not feed their compound, as government will be coming to do their road, they should feed their compound so that there will be no flood in that area. That is the problem they are having there. Please, government should go and help them. That's a mighty party and calling for free.
All right, Patrick, thank you very much. Jude, point of correction. Irebe is not under Oyigbo local government here. It's under Obiakpo, but shares a boundary with Oyigbo. Victor from Irebe. Victor, thank you very much. Now, for that clarification. Now, the reason why I mentioned Irebe, like I said, I spoke to some one particular landlord, but over the past 2 years, I think several of them have said, "Hey, please, what's going on?" It seems as though we are not part of River State. Now, another interesting thing about Oyigbo, obviously, is the availability of land. Talking about farming spaces. Now, a good number of people have businesses, have small farms, all right, in and around the Oyigbo area. Just like you have in Eche, there are lots of farmlands in Eche. In fact, some people have even described Eche as the bread basket, of River State. Once again, it's a comment; it's not been proven. But the idea is that there are a lot of farming activities around these places. But it's interesting that with those type of activities, I'm talking about both oil and gas services around Oyigbo. And also the presence of farmlands around Oyigbo, the people of Oyigbo still don't quite feel the impact of development. Once again, it's not Jude saying it. I'm totally asking them to give you, or rather give the general public a sense of what it is that they've been talking about. People talk about roads, people talk about power, people talk about security, concerns around these things, are very prevalent in Oyigbo local government area. When we come back, once again, we'll go back to the phone lines and read your comments on all platforms. Nigeriainfo, greetings. Welcome once again to your conversation station. It's bottom of the hour this Monday morning, and we're broadcasting live from the city of Port Harcourt, just in case you were wondering. Now, for those of you who are outside Port Harcourt, our focus this morning and is not in a bid to excommunicate you or as it were to put you aside from being part of a conversation. However, it is in a bid to get you to be a bit more informed about a particular area in River State, an area just like several other areas where you have people who are resident there who have complained about the level of development over the years. Now, before we continue, let me make a disclaimer. It's not like the government has never built a road in Oyigbo. It's not like in state and federal level. But what the people keep talking about is these representation hasn't quite brought the level of development that they would have liked. And so, to give a better idea, we want those who are residents in Oyigbo, those who work in Oyigbo, those who have worked in Oyigbo, to have a conversation and give you their experiences in that particular area. Good morning, please. I want to correct the impression that the boundary between Oyigbo and Echie is the expressway. Oyigbo local government area has better roads which were constructed by the former governor Wike. The house rent in the Oyigbo axis is on the high side though, as 2-bedroom flats go for 300 to 350,000 naira. So people should stop mistaking Igbo Echie and Oyigbo. That's Bright from Oyigbo. All right, Bright from Oyigbo. It's interesting. Bright from Oyigbo says the rent in Oyigbo axis on the high side as 2-bedroom flats now go for 300 to 350K. Bright, add a George here. Add a George, right? Just along the road. From location all the way down to Pepperoni. I mean, when you take the road on the right, that takes you to where you have the tertiary institution, talking about Ignatius Ajuru University. Well, some of those places, Bright, they have self-contained, not that, but what our brothers abroad will probably call a studio-like apartment, right? It's just a space where you put your bed, your TV, maybe it's a big room, and then you have your bathroom and your kitchen. That is going for 600,000 naira. Some 2-bedroom apartments in this part of Port Harcourt used to go for 650,000 naira. Now I hear we're looking at 900 or even 1 million naira in some places. So yes, if I could, I would not mind living in Oyigbo, where the rent is 300,000 naira. But Oyigbo is far from where I am. Now, as always, turn down the volume of your radio set. Refrain from making derogatory or defamatory comments. If you see or hear, please make no mention of it. And very importantly, keep your conversations civil.
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeriainfo FM. Nigeriainfo, let's talk.
Hello, Port Harcourt, with Jude on 92.3 Nigeriainfo.
017-923-0002, 017-923-0007, 017-923-0002, 017-923-0007. At Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. Ifeyiwa is online from Oyigbo. Ifeyiwa, good morning to you.
Good morning, Jude.
Good morning, Ifeyiwa. How are you?
Please, did somebody say that rent in Oyigbo for 2-bedroom flat is 350?
That's what is in front of me. Oh.
No, that is a big fat lie.
Are you sure? It depends on the part of Oyigbo. What part are you in?
In Obama.
You're in Obama. How much is the rent in that area?
Rent now for 1-bedroom flat is 450. 2-bedroom flat is from 700 to 1 million, depending on the structure of the house. Okay. So if you are in Oyigbo, right? So tell Rivers people what you think about Oyigbo, the level of development you see, and the complaints. What would you like the governor? We spoke to the commissioner
about an hour ago on the morning crossfire. As an Oyigbo resident, please raise your voice. Let them hear what you would like to see in Oyigbo in the coming year.
We want to see more of companies coming to Oyigbo because this Obama, Izoma, and Afam axis, they have a constant and free light, and is what the landlords are harnessing on to increase rent. All these Yahoo boys, they are now dragging this thing, rent, and rent is going on a daily basis. It's going high. So we want more companies to come in, create work for people so that the life will be better here. Apart from businesses, there is nothing as in personal businesses, buying and selling. There is nothing in Oyigbo.
Really? You would have a cinema in Oyigbo?
We have what?
Cinema. You would have a cinema in Oyigbo theater?
We don't. We don't even have a bank here.
What?
All the banks are in Obibo. Mba, not Azi.
Okay.
From that roundabout to Afam, there is no bank, there is no eatery.
Wait, even Afam that has the power plant, there is no bank around there.
There is no bank, there is no eatery.
So everywhere is buka.
Buka, yes.
Okay. What about the roads? What would you tell us about the roads in your area?
The roads are good. It was completed last year by the former governor.
Good.
So the roads the networks are good. It's good.
Okay, all right. So your complaint now is that you want more businesses, that you don't have a lot of economic activities in Oyigbo.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. If anyone, thank you very much for speaking to us. So that's a resident from Oyigbo. Let's get back to WhatsApp 0809-030-6416. 0809-030-6416. Jude Bright is correct though. You see, Oyigbo is now better developed. We often confuse Oyigbo with Umebule. Don Dada from Umebule. So Don Dada, you are saying Umebule, is not as developed as Oyigbo. All right. This one, yes, sister, and Jude, good morning. Please, we shouldn't be having this conversation in 2024. How long do people have to keep crying for roads to be fixed, for power to continuously be supplied? Yes, there's AFAM in Oyigbo, but apart from AFAM and some of the oil companies, there's not a lot of life there. People in Oyigbo, once it's 6 p.m., if you're not in your beer parlor or somebody's house near you, the whole place is quiet. There's no economic activity in Oyigbo. All right, that's from Felix. All right, Felix. I wonder if Felix, do you stay there or you regularly visit? I'm curious. 017-923-0002. Keep those comments coming on WhatsApp, by the way. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0007. If you are a resident in the Oyigbo LGA, if you have business or businesses, if you traverse that area very regularly, if you use the Oyigbo routes to get to Akwa Ibom State, you need to call on and tell us what you've observed, what you think is needed in Oyigbo. Destiny is on the line from Oyigbo. Destiny, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Destiny from Oyigbo.
Welcome, Destiny.
All right, in the issues about Oyigbo you are talking about, like the last guy said about the road. Yes, we have a road quite all right, but the road was supposed to be a double lane, but not a single lane. You understand? Yes. So the second one again, we are having issues with these guys called Ogoni. I want to use this opportunity to call the attention of the River State Governor to also come and intervene in the issue about Ogonis and Oyigbo indigenous. You understand?
Interesting.
Yeah. So please, I want. Is that what?
No, we're listening to you, please. We're listening to you.
Yeah, because Ogonis are saying that they are the owner of Oyigbo local government, and because of that, most of the land that we the indigenous sell to strangers, the Ogonis are coming disturbing them that they are the owners of the land. So I would have loved the national government attention to be, to intervene to come and settle this issue so that we both can know our boundaries. The Ogonis also we know the landmark. Please.
Interesting. Destiny, thank you very much. Chimabi is in Oyigbo. Chimabi, good morning to you.
Yeah. Sorry for Oyigbo is a very good place, but only that where I'm living, I'm staying at Afam Road.
Afam.
Like, we don't have any good, like, we don't have banks around Oyigbo.
You don't have, wait. You say that again. You don't have power.
No power in Oyigbo. We are in Afam Road.
Afam.
Power based on Obama, Islam, and Afam.
Okay.
Yes. Where we are staying now, there is no power. Only light from any time they feel like they give light. So no resources in Afam Road where we are staying.
Okay, Afam Road. Okay, Afam Road is different from the Afam part where
yes, Afam Road is different from Afam Park. Yes.
Okay, all right. So now you want better roads, and you say power is not constant in that area, right? Oh dear. Oh, Chimabi. Okay. All right. So messages. So I want to thank the River State government for the construction of the ring road because it passes through Irebie and Oyigbo. But I want the state government to build internal roads of the Irebie and Oyigbo areas. We don't have internal roads there, sincerely speaking. Victor from Irebie. So here now is the question of roads. Victor claims that no roads at all. No roads. Like I did say, we've had people go there and say, okay, some parts, the roads are not great, particularly the parts that connect, Eche and Oyigbo, right? They are very close trading partners. There's a lot of farming activities and trade that goes on. But on an industrial scale, there are lines, oil installations that dot around those areas. And someone who was speaking to me kept wondering, with all of these quote unquote resources used to secure pipelines and stuff like that, Oyigbo should be a much better looking place. In fact, Oyigbo should be that place, just like Eche should be that place that people who have been centralized in Port Harcourt should migrate to. We shouldn't be in the states that we are in, where everybody wants to live around GRA or now Rumosi or Gbogoro. No, people should spread. The farmlands are there. There's space for businesses to thrive. MOI is there. Ahoda, ideally, right? The road between here, that's just this east-west road between here and Ahoda. If the road is dualized, and I remember there were those days, 2012, when we could from Choba, by the time you're on the road for maybe 18 minutes, right? You would be at Ahoda. Now imagine if Ahoda had its own theater where people can go and watch movies. Imagine if Ahoda had, a big mechanic complex where people can fix their cars. Imagine if there were, big apartment blocks, estates where people can, safely work. Businesses are there. There's a mega petrol station there. It's just one. Imagine if there were 4, 8, or 10. It means that you could safely work in Ahoda or live in Ahoda and traverse down here to do whatever it is you want to do. The same thing. And the argument for years, or the discussion for years, is that Oyigbo is a prime place. Oyigbo and Eche are prime places for the proper development of communities and state and local government areas in River State. They are prime. High level of geography is higher than the lowland areas. There's a lot of arable farmland. These are businesses, untapped resources. Back to you now. 017-923-0002, 017-923-0007. All right, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. Samuel Essen says, if you want to enjoy electricity in River State, go to Oyigbo. Samuel Essen office. Say, if you want to have good, go to Oyigbo. But Samuel, What parts? Because we had a caller just on the line a few minutes ago and said the power is not great. So please be specific. Golden Adolphus says, I am from Oyigbo LG. Oyigbo has good roads and free power supply. Interesting. The house rent there is on the high side because the good road and constant power. We have insecurity issues as we speak because of the attacks, from neighbors claiming that they are owners of Oyigbo land. It says, I call on the governor of Rivers State to please work on the boundary adjustments between these communities. Talking about Oyigbo and Ogoni. Patrick is on the line. I think we spoke to Patrick earlier on from Eche. Patrick, good morning.
Yeah, Jude, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Patrick calling from Afara and Eche.
Go on.
Yes, why I come back again is you bring attention of land. And when I wanted to ask you, why didn't you include Eche? You asked me to hold on, that it is Oyigbo. Yes, Oyigbo have a lot of land, which we have been crying for government to come and develop those areas. Likewise, my place here in Eche, we have a lot of land that can contain part of River State. So we are also asking government to come and look into school to land in Eche local government, and also this plenty land here in Eche that will contain the whole River State. They should come and bring companies and bring investment. Jude, could you imagine that in Eche, there's no bank in Eche here?
So part of Oyigbo, so we heard. So what?
Yes, in Oyigbo now, they have also told you that they are lacking banks. So government should come to Eche and Oyigbo, who have a lot of land. They should bring up part of company that I conducted in Port Harcourt to Eche and Oyigbo. Those places congested. Port Harcourt is full. So they should come back to Eche and Oyigbo. Those places are places who have vacancy now.
Okay.
So that's what I want government to look into.
Thank you. Okay. All right. That's if anyone Oyigbo was on the line, but that line got disconnected. Apologies. Now, Mr. Jude, I think it's logically wrong for you to roll out housing costs in Oyigbo area. The reason is that it can trigger the unnecessary hiking of house rent there in Port Harcourt and environs where house rent is still mortgage. She's light from Rumukrushi Pipeline. She's like, it's no secret. Whether I say it or not, it's no secret. And just for that part of this conversation, there are still areas in Port Harcourt where the rent is still moderate. You know why? Because people are moving out. People are moving out. See, a lot of people fail to remember that the housing market is a very volatile market. And I mean very volatile. I was at Choba a fortnight ago, right? Went towards the area called Center, right? And then I noticed a building. Obviously, it's for students, right? One self-cons, right? So I think it was a 2 or 3 story building, big structure. And I asked the bike man, people see the rent, they say, my brother. He said, if you go to that place there, you know, reach 10 people in that place. And that block of apartment is meant to house at least 30 units. There are 2 or 3 stories now. Yeah, at least 30 units. But only 10, he said if they're up to 10, if they had. So imagine places where the landlord is expecting, I'll collect 200,000. Nobody is there. What do you want him to do? He will bring down his rent. He has to. Because if the place is fallow, it deteriorates. So whether we talk about it or not, we've had conversations, about rents on several shows, not just here in this studio, in all those radio stations. It's a big problem here in Port Harcourt, and it's a problem that I think the state government needs to wake up to its responsibility and curb some of the unsavory practices in that space. But that is a conversation for another day. 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. All right, 0817923-0002, 017-923-0003. Those are the numbers that we encourage you to use to call us, speak to us. We have just about 4 minutes left before we get on the break, and we'll be switching conversations from 10 to Jude's Corner. Now, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X, at Nigeriainfo PH, at Nigeriainfo PH. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. Please don't call the WhatsApp number. Just send in your messages there, all right? And I will look forward to reading them out and getting your views aired. 9.3, good morning.
Hello.
Hello, good morning, please.
My name is Jude Ubani. I'm calling from Amoma.
All right, Jude, good morning.
Yeah, Amoma, like the governor, he visited Amoma to commission a project on Saturday. Yeah.
Okay. But Jude, we're not talking about Omuma right now. We're focusing on Oyigbo, local government area. Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry.
No problem. Okay. No problem. All right. Thank you very much. So we don't get derailed. All right. The idea is to give as much attention as we possibly can. Now, Jude, good morning. I do know that things have better improved in Oyigbo compared to what they were just 4 or 5 years ago. But there's still a lot of work to be done. Insecurity is a big problem in Oyigbo. The same thing with the type of businesses. Like someone said, if you're not buying or selling small provisions or petty items in Oyigbo, there's nothing else to do. Most of the people in Oyigbo work in Port Harcourt and have their houses there. Ideally, it should be a great place because of the way the place is naturally. There are lots of trees and it is not as hot as part of Port Harcourt. You're talking about temperature, right? It's not as hot as part of Port Harcourt. Yeah, Port Harcourt can be hot. We have a lot of concrete development all over the place. So it's not particularly cool. Which is why you are encouraged to plant trees and flowers. All right? Once again, another conversation for another day. All right? But yeah, just have that in mind. If you are a developer, if you have your own home, or if you're staying somewhere, put plants around you. They will help with the temperature of your home and indeed of the area. All right? I see some people chopping down trees because of snakes. Snakes are always with you. There's nothing you will. All this place. Port Harcourt used to be a bush, so there are always going to be snakes. So please do plant more trees, please. 92.3. Good morning. Final caller.
Good morning.
Good morning, please.
Yes, I want to speak on the boundary adjustment issue that somebody spoke. You see this Oyigbo issue with Ogun. At the end of the day,
Hello?
The Sumerians who went and occupied where doesn't belong to them. The Democratic government will continue to settle matters. After the 1970-something boundary adjustment, illegal boundary, even the Bible says do not tamper with ancient landmark. They have adjusted boundary just to reduce the southeast. Let them fight and kill themselves.
Whoa. Yeah, once again, that's why we have a disclaimer. Be very careful with the things you say. Emotions run high, but no one's going to be asking anybody to resort to violence and the harming of lives or property. So, no, thank you very much. Okay, all right. This one here says, Jude, good morning. Rabbit Chick commenting from London. I stayed in our farm for many years. Jude, I made an effort to bring a bank to our farm. Really? I had a friend who was a big man with the New Generation Bank. But the problem with Oyigbo vis-a-vis our farm is the political elite. They don't want to have any structural plan to develop their place. They are conservatives and are comfortable with what they get from oil companies. No development plans and political bickering. It's development plans. No developer plans and political bickering killing that area. Development plans. One major problem I have spotted in Oyigbo axis is the issue of flooding. During rainy seasons, many roads are impassable because everywhere is heavily flooded. She's right from Mokrishi Pipeline. All right. So, flooding, rent, all those things have been mentioned.
Nigeriainfo. Right back after this.